8. Let me share the link here. There it is. We're going live. And hello everybody. Welcome to another live session. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for stopping by. Let me record this. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining me. Welcome, first of all, welcome to another live session. Welcome to another day of learning English. I am your host and teacher, Jesse. Today is Friday the 13th. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realize that. Today is Friday the 13th, April 13th, 2018. Welcome. I am your host and teacher, Jesse, and it's always a pleasure to be with you. Today we have some exciting stuff. It's Friday, as you know, so I like to do review on Friday. On Wednesday, if you joined me, you saw that we had an assignment. We had an assignment, and I gave you an assignment on Monday. It was to introduce yourself, and I took one of the assignments on Wednesday, and I corrected it and taught some expressions. On Thursday, yesterday, I had my More Than English podcast where I talked about learning from a friend, learning from other students, learning how to raise your level to by learning from other language learners, right? That was yesterday. So today we're going to review some of those expressions. So let's get into it and see what we are going to do today. Today, and by the way, if you're watching on Facebook, then come over on YouTube and you'll be able to see a presentation here on the screen. So today's review, today's agenda, first is our welcome, and we're doing that right now. Next, we're going to review some expressions from this week. I'm going to take you through the podcast, and we're going to review one of the students' assignments, and then we're going to have a little bit of a quiz so you can practice these expressions. And then at the end of the class, I have an announcement to offer you how you can get an actual free lesson, get free lessons from me each week. And I have a sign up for you at sweetacademy.com. If you're curious, then don't forget to follow me on all of the social media platforms. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, you see there, Sweet Academy English. Also, you're watching me on Sweet Academy Jesse. On Instagram, Sweet Academy, and don't forget to subscribe here and click the bell so you can be notified every time there's a class, right? Today, we're going to review expressions and vocabulary from this week's lessons. We're going to practice and use some expressions, and we're going to do a quiz. So here we go. It's not quiz time yet. It is introduction time and welcome time. So, how was your week? Today is Friday. Here in southern Spain, it is, well, it's holiday season, right? Because we just finished Semana Santa. If you listened to my podcast last week, I talked about my experience in Holy Week. You know, seeing the costumes, seeing the parade, the processions, they call them, kind of parades. We also reviewed last week this Conor McGregor situation. That was crazy. That whole thing is insane. You know, there's a blurred line between reality and well, fact and fiction, let's say, right? But how was your week? What did you do? Let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, I'll check into Facebook too. But say hi, Tahani. Nice to see you. I'm glad that you made it. Well done. Thank you for joining me. Anyone else who's in the chat, just say hi and where you're watching from. Let's go to Tahani's essay, or her writing and her assignment, and let's take a look at what she did. And she's also made some corrections and sent it back. Let's take a look at that real quickly. So here we have, this was her original. Well, no, this wasn't her original. This was after I corrected it. No, this may have been her original, right? And then I made some corrections, and she looked at my model that I gave last week. This was beautiful. Well done, Tahani. You did a fantastic job. You looked at my model, my example, and then you used some of the expressions here that I used. So let's take a look first at my example. Why don't we take a look at that, shall we? So it's on sweetacademy.com, and you'll see live lessons, a link to live lessons here. This is where you'll see notes and examples, and I gave my example here. So in my vocabulary that I used originally, the founder of something, to have interest, as well as, even, and then father. Those are in my introduction. You can read my introduction here if you want. I did this in Wednesday's class. You can look that up if you want to. After this live session, I'll put a card up in the corner so you can have a link to this. Let me Okay, so Adam Smith, nice to see you. Welcome. And then the fluency builders, to be born and raised, to take something from nothing to a finished product, for example, from the start to the finish. Let's talk about, this is a good fluency builder to transition. And aside from A, there's B, right? Another way, apart from, things like that. I don't have much time for something to be 2 years apart by the time, and as I said before. Let's take a look at Tahani's new revision and see how she improved. Let's take a look at this, Tahani. Well done. And I read it a little bit here. My name is Tahani. I'm 18 years old, and I'm originally, that's one of your new words, very nice, from Saudi Arabia. There are 7 people in my family. I graduated from, and then we have the past simple here, well done. I will translate from English to Arabic. That's what you want to do. Very nice. And a new expression. Let me talk about, that's very natural. Excellent. Excellent. Grammar, let's spell grammar with an AR. And I know some Turkish from series and movies, but I didn't go deep in grammar or writing. But I will when I master English. I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking to open, and you see here the difference. Here's her original. I think to open. We don't really say that. We say I'm thinking to open. Very nice. And you can see here the difference in this. If you put the video on pause, then after the fact, you can read this one and then see the difference in how she improved here using these new expressions, using these natural expressions that will help her and help your language improve. So go back, hit pause, and see the difference in her writing. Well done, Tahani. That was very good. Very, very well done. Okay. Let's take a look at some of the expressions from the podcast, shall we? We have, if you go up here, click on podcast, you'll see the podcast. This was episode 7, Learning from Other Learners. You'll see the podcast come on here. You can listen to it anytime you want. All of the podcasts are right here. And there's a whole list of them, right? They're all episode 6, episode 5. So take a look, episode 3, when I threw my back out. That wasn't very fun. But I have for each episode, I have a list of vocabulary words that you can learn, and I use them in a natural way in the podcast so you can follow along with them as you listen. It's a fantastic tool. But here you see that I used some of these expressions well, and more specifically from, you know, something can be done, passive voice. Let's imagine, you follow along with me. In the middle of something, in the middle of something, in the middle of, in the middle of. We're in the middle of a class right now, aren't we? We're in the middle of a class. I didn't change my screen. Sorry. There we go. Let's go this. So you'll see, as we see here, as I said before, you'll see all of the episodes here. And under the episode, there are key vocabulary and expressions that will help you understand and follow and learn from these podcasts. The podcasts are generally around 20-25 minutes, right? And then I talk about these expressions. As I said, in the middle of something, we are in the middle of a class right now. Something can be done. That's a passive voice. Let's imagine, this is a fluency builder, an introduction, right? Let's imagine that we are brothers, right? If I want to give an illustration, I say, let's imagine, and then I propose an imaginary situation, right? To help my description. Something turns into something else, right? It turned into something I can do, right? Something that's very difficult. But when you see somebody else doing it, it turns into something I can do. And it's a good reminder. There's a good explanation of that. And to leave you with something. These are the expressions from this week's podcast. Again, if you didn't listen to it, if you haven't listened to it yet, go to sweetacademy.com/podcast. They're all right there. So, with that said, let's do a quiz. I have some quizzes here. I have 5 quiz questions that's going to use some of these expressions from the class and from the podcast. So, I think I'm going to do this every Friday. So, be sure you're active in the classes during the week. Right? Tahani, you're welcome. Very nice. Thank you for joining me, by the way. So let's get to some quizzes. We're going to do some quiz time. And let's do it. We're going to look at some examples. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, this is what you're seeing if you watch me on YouTube. So you see my screen, this is quiz time. If you're watching, then Well, that's live video for you. Hi, Shosho. Hi, Shosho. It's nice to see you. Let's see. Am I back? Am I back? My goodness. Okay, so that is the beauty of live video, isn't it? Of live streaming. Anything can happen, can't it? Anything can happen, my goodness. Okay, let's get back here. There we go. Okay, quiz time. Tahani, are you ready? Let me make sure you guys are here and active. Tahani, are you ready for a quiz? Shosho, are you ready for a quiz? Are you ready for quiz time? Let's do this. It's going to be 5 questions, fill in the blank. So you are going to have a question like this about what I talked about this week. I was blah, blah, blah in Pennsylvania in the USA. So choose A, B, C, or D. This is how much time you have. I was born and raised. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania in the USA. Next, number 2. I Taekwondo when I was 12 years old. I started Taekwondo when I was 12 years old. Right? We want the past simple. We want the past simple because started, remember, is a specific time, a point in the past. It's not a duration of time. It's a point in the past. Next, it's incredible to see guitar players changing their broken strings. In the middle of. This was a tricky one. This was difficult because it's not in between, in the middle. Oh, sorry, I should have taken this of, by the way, off. So that's my bad. That's my mistake. I'm sorry. But while, we don't say while of or during of, right? And we also don't say in the middle of. So that's my mistake. How about this one? Cinderella's pumpkin. By the way, a pumpkin is the orange vegetable around Halloween time. Cinderella's pumpkin turned into a beautiful carriage. That's what it did. Cinderella's pumpkin turned into a beautiful carriage. One more. That goal is so high that it seems to be. It seems to be, we wouldn't say too high because we have so high, we don't want to be redundant. It seems to be out of reach. Out of reach. You can't quite grab it. Can you? Okay. How did you do? How did you do? Did you get any correct? How many did you get correct? How many did you get correct? Are you coming over on the live stream, Facebook people? That could have been boring because you're just watching me look at the computer screen, aren't you? Okay. So I hope that you could answer the questions well. Now, do you have any questions for me? Do you have any questions that you'd like me to answer about these expressions or anything else? Let me know if you have any questions. Domozel Shosho, do you have any questions? Adam Smith, do you have any questions that are pressing? Are you curious about anything? Let me know. And of course, Tahani, let me know. But aside from that, let me give you an announcement about a weekly live class that you can join for free. I want to offer free live classes. Right now they're free. I don't know how long those are going to be, but they are going to be recorded and maybe put on my YouTube channel so we can all kind of learn together. We can all learn from each other. So you're going to learn from other people's mistakes. Other people learn from your mistakes. And we all kind of work together. Because I think instead of me trying to figure out what you need help with, why don't you tell me what you need help with? So go to sweetacademy.com and click on services. If you click on services, well, let's take you there. Let's take you there. I want to take you there. Okay. So first you come to Sweet Academy right here, and you click on, well, you could become a participating member, and that would be fantastic. You can become a participating member and help support the show, help support my channel, help support really what I'm doing, and help me provide more content for more people and better content. But that's not what I'm talking about now. Go to one-on-one training. You could sign up for a private 30-minute or 60-minute class. For participating members, you get a discount on one-on-one classes. Also, free group lessons. I'd like to offer these every week. This says every Friday. This says every Monday. I think I'm going to do it every Monday. And you just simply sign up, put your email address in here. You'll get a code, or you'll get a link, and you have to confirm this in your email. So then you'd go to your email and click confirm. And you might want to add me to your email list so these emails don't go to your spam. Every week I'll send you a schedule for that week's class, what we're going to work on and when the class is, and you can sign up. So far, it'll be up to 3 people at a time. And we're going to be doing something for that day, and we'll have a regular class. And some of them will be put on my YouTube channel. That's the catch, right? So go sign up on sweetacademy.com and put in your email address to get free one-on-one lessons. If you would like to become a premium member or a participating member, right, click here. By the way, you could scroll down and see all the different stuff that we offer. But also, click here, become a participating member, and get access to all of our courses that we have here. A participating member you get a free one-on-one class that won't be on YouTube. It's just your class. So you get all of these exercises that I will change. And I'm adding exercises, at least 2 activities a week to this, so you can practice and send it to me, and we will check them during our classes. Also, you get access to all of these courses that will help you in all areas of your fluency. And that's all for whatever you would like to help support me for, to be honest, right? As little as €9 a month, and it just goes up. Whatever you think that this is, how valuable this is to you. You decide what you pay for this academy. That's my mission. That's my goal. You decide what it's worth to you, and then we'll work around that. So that is it for me, I do believe. Any other questions? Any other comments? I'm glad to see you guys are still with me. So thank you for that. Tahani, you have a problem with the TT sound, like written? Is that what you mean by the TT sound? Like the word written or bitter, things like that. We can work on that. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Facebook people, for joining me. Thank you, YouTube people, for joining me. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell if you haven't already. That way, you will be notified every time I do a live session or every time I upload a video. It'll be perfect. And if you haven't subscribed, followed my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, facebook.com/SweetAcademyJesse, Sweet Academy English, twitter.com. I did all that in the beginning. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for participating. Tahani, you're the best. I'll post next week's lesson on my Facebook page, so check that out. And if you would like correction, that'll be awesome. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Be sure to do something good for somebody today before they can do it for you. Pay it forward. Remember, be good or be good at it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.